Hello everyone, today's video is all about the Self-Employed Income Support Scheme, the SEISS. Now, not to be confused with the SEIS, which is a tax-efficient investment government-backed scheme, which I cover on a separate video, but this is the SEISS. So this is stemming from the coronavirus, introduced by the Chancellor several months ago. There was a first round of SEISS claims, which closed on the 17th of July. This is applicable for self-employed individuals, so sole traders and partnerships. So that first round closed in July. Now the governments have just opened the second round. So the opportunities for self-employed people to claim a second grant under this SEISS, the Self-Employed Income Support Scheme. So the second round opened just a couple of days ago on the 17th of August. Now, how much is it for? So this grant is based on trading profits, historical trading profits, and there is a cap. The cap is £6,570. So this second, and also it's going to be the final grant, by the way, there's only going to be two. So this second grant is worth 70% of your average monthly trading profits. So 70% of your average monthly trading profits. However, there is a cap. It's capped at £6,570. It will be paid in the form of a lump sum. So paid in one go from HMRC, and HMRC are saying that once the claim has been processed, you should get the money within 6 working days. So let's hope that that is indeed the case. In terms of the profits are actually taken from your historic tax returns. So that's why the government already know if you are eligible or not, and they will actually contact you as the taxpayer to say, look, you're eligible for this claim, make the claim. So you don't have to do anything yet. Wait for HMRC to contact you. Obviously, if you don't hear anything from them and you think that you should have done, then by all means get in touch and say you think you should be eligible for this second grant under the SEISS. So in terms of the eligibility criteria, well, that remains the same as with the first grant. So the first tranche of the SEISS. So in terms of eligibility, trading profits have to be no more than £50,000 a year and making up at least half of your total income on your tax return. So the scheme closes on the 19th of October. So HMRC will contact you if you are eligible, and then you have until the 19th of October to put in the claim, and then the scheme closes. So in terms of working out the numbers for this grant, so like I said, it's all based on historical information, filed tax returns. Specifically, HMRC will take an average of the last 3 years. So even though we are now into the 2021 tax year, the deadline for filing the 1920 tax return isn't for another 5 months or so. So they look at the 3 previous years. So they look at the 16-17, the 17-18, and the 18-19 tax returns. So all of those 3 years should have been filed by now. So that is what HMRC base the figures on. They look at the profitability. Now, if you have only started in business, say in the 18-19 year, then they'll just look at that year. If you've had losses in one of those 3 years, then they will average that out as well. So it's the average of the 3 years, if indeed you have been trading as a sole trader or partnership for 3 years. If it's 1 year or 2 year, they'll take the average of those. Where it doesn't work, unfortunately, is if you've only started as a sole trader or a partner since the 18-19 tax year. So since April 2019, if you've gone into business, then if you haven't, you won't have filed any of those returns because it's, you know, you started in business after the cutoff point for this scheme. So unfortunately, you cannot claim under the SEISS if you've only been in business for about a year or so. However, there are other ways that you can claim for various grants and subsidies as part of the whole coronavirus package. You just cannot claim specifically for this one. So HMRC take the average of the trading profits over the 3 years, and they base it on that figure. So it's 80% was the first grant that closed in July. This second grant is 70%, so it's not quite as generous. So the first grant, which is now closed, which many hundreds of thousands of sole traders did indeed apply for, that was 80% of average trading profits, capped at 7,500. The second one, not quite as generous. It's 70% of the profits, capped at 6,750. So remember, wait for HMRC to contact you and then go through the process. You have to apply by the 19th of October. If you haven't heard and you think you are eligible, then do by all means get in touch with HMRC. If you like this video, please do subscribe, and I will speak to you soon.